great Friday morning. I hope you can join me today. We are on day 2 of the event with Crafting with the Hot Mess Express. This is the New Year, New Friends event, and we are on day 2. And today we are going to make some primitive nesting boxes, a cute display. So I hope that you can join me. I'm going to get my comments pulled up over here on my computer so I can see y'all coming in. We're also streaming over on YouTube. So I'm excited about that too. I'm so glad I finally got set up to stream over there as well. Hello, Michelle. How are you, friend? Good to see you. And if you do watch the replay, just hashtag replay in the comments, and that lets me know that you stopped by today and watched this video. And if you missed yesterday was a great day with all the presenters. A lot of these presenters are newer crafters, and a couple of them, it was even their first time going live. So we are so excited for them and excited about that. Hello, Sue. Hello, Em. Hello, Susan. How is everybody? Y'all come on in this morning, and we're going to get started because I have a 45-minute slot. Good morning over on YouTube. Welcome in, Beverly. Hello, welcome in. Thank y'all for joining me this morning. Hello, Carrie Ann. Okay, so I have done a lot of prep for this project because I knew 45 minutes would not be enough time. Hello, Vicky. Hello, Cindy and Krisha. Hello, Sherry girl. How are you? And I posted some primitive nesting boxes that I did. It was like one of my first primitive thrift flips that I did crafting. I want to say a couple of years ago. Yeah, it was 2 years ago. But I had a lot of requests for y'all wanted me to make those again. So that's what we're going to do today. These are going to be a little bit different than those, but pretty much the same for y'all to take and make some yourself. These are so fun to make. Hello, Cindy. Good morning, Amy and Vicky Beth. Welcome in, ladies. Y'all come on in this morning. Yes, nesting boxes. Hello, Krisha. Welcome. I am good, and I hope you are too. Okay, so for this one, I've already painted this. Okay, so I'm going to just talk y'all through what I've already done. So I've already painted 2 coats of the Spanish moss with the Dixie Belle chalk paint. Hello, Barbara. Good morning, Sheila. I'm happy to see you too. Hello, Ruby and Kathy. So I've already done 2 coats of the Spanish moss. Now we are going to, I was like, what do I do with my label? We're going to put a cute label on here. And this is the one we're using for this box. And I did make these labels. Thank y'all for sprinkling. If you could sprinkle me out, and that'll also help our event, get our event out there today. We are on day 2. If you missed that, I was talking about it in the beginning. And if you missed any of the lives yesterday, we hope that you will go back and check those out. But I did make my labels for today's project, and I'll post those on my page later, so y'all can use them if you want to when you make your nesting boxes. Okay, let me get my Mod Podge brush. I did even wash my brushes this morning. Hello, Maria. Hello, Pam. Clifton's Crafty Casa, welcome in. Thank you, Karen. Welcome in, everybody. Hello, Diane. I know I'm missing y'all. Thank y'all for being here, and thank y'all for joining us for the event. Okay, so let's go ahead and wait a second. I'm gonna keep my lid on because I want most of the label to show. And nesting boxes, I was searching my stash, y'all. I'm like, I know I have to have some nesting boxes in my stash. And I found 2, and then I found something else to go with it, because I do like to at least have 2 most of the time. I mean 3 most of the time. So I found something else to go with it, and I'll show y'all that in a minute. because this is what I really wanted to make, but I did check Amazon, and Amazon has them. I'll share the link for y'all because there were so many on there, and these were just plain nesting boxes, perfect for crafting, and you can get them in any base color. They had a lot of different base colors that you could get them in, like pink, black, white, cream, just all different. I was looking for a seam. There it is. So your boxes will have a seam, and I always want to turn that to the back. Hello, Donna's Crafts. Thank y'all for being here this morning. Okay, let me get this. I could have marked it. What I could have done, that would have been smart. I could have put my lid on and just made a little mark where my lid would stop, so I wouldn't have to keep, you know, putting it on and checking that to make sure I was happy with where it landed. And let me make sure I get it straight. So I decided on the theme for these boxes to be coffee. So I did one label coffee, and I did a label, a sugar label, and then I did a cream label. So I thought that would be cute, but you could do any little theme that you wanted to, any farmhouse theme. A sewing theme would be really cute, like buttons, wool, you know, a sheep on there. Hello, Beth. Oh, you have some square boxes. Yes. And you know, I was thinking, because I know I have some square boxes somewhere. I'm sure I'll find them after today, because I was looking for them. Because there for a while, almost every time I would go to Goodwill, I would find these nesting boxes. I would mostly find the round ones, but I did find a set of square ones one time. And I was meaning to make the Christmas presents with the square ones. And then you know how that goes. They get stuck in your stash and you forget all about them. Hello, Julianne. Hello, Teresa. Okay, you're working. Shh. We'll be quiet. Thank you for coming on. And y'all, our day 2 lineup goes all day today. You ladies will have to remind me on the last slot we have. I want to say 7 p.m. Is that right? I know we had a change in our schedule and we added one for today. So y'all correct me in the comments if that's not right. Okay, I have just a little bit hanging off the bottom, so I'm going to sand that off. And just be gentle, because I know that label isn't all the way dry. And I just like to go in one direction just in case. I think I finally got used to my trash can being on this side, y'all. That took a long time for me to get used to. And I did print my labels on regular printer paper. Okay, now I'm going to go around this box. We're going to dry brush. Okay, so if you missed it, this color is Spanish Moss in the Dixie Belle. And I went ahead and did, hello Becca and Pamela. I went ahead and did 2 coats of it on our box. Okay, 7 Eastern with Joan from Tallulah Belle, the Country Cow. Gotcha. Okay, so 7 Eastern will be our last presenter of the night. She'll be the caboose. So I'm going to, let me make sure. Here I go. second guessing myself, but yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna just dry brush over this with the color Pine Cone in the Dixie Belle. And here's my brush. I'm gonna just get a little bit on my bristles. I really wanted a chippy brush to do this, but I couldn't find one. But I think these bristles are hard enough that it will do okay. But when you dry brush, you just want to lightly go over your piece in one direction. Okay, can y'all see how that's looking on there where we're dry brushing that other color over? Hello, Kim, Expression Artworks. How is everybody? Hello, Judy, and thank you for sprinkling. Hello, Kathy. How are you? Okay, so just again, and I'm offloading my brush also, getting most of that paint off, because you can easily go over it again if you want more of the paint on there when you're dry brushing. But if you get too much, you can just go back with your base color and sort of do the same thing if you get too much. Like I almost did right there. I talked it up. I'm glad y'all were loving those nesting boxes that I posted, because I did not know what I wanted to make for this event. I was just back and forth. And then I had so many people to comment and message me and ask me, can you do a tutorial on those nesting boxes? And I'm like, I sure can. And I know when I'm going to do it too. Hello, Karen. Hello, Amanda and EP's Crafty Corner. Hello, Lori. It's Charmingly Southern. How are you, friend? Hello, Debbie. And Sharon's Design Corner. Hello, Donnell. Welcome in. I'm so glad that you are here this morning. Thank you so much for everybody being here. I know when we were first talking about, having this event, it just felt like such a long ways away, but it came quick. Just all of a sudden, it's like, okay, it's time for the event, which that's usually how it goes. Hello, Jean and Margaret. Thank y'all for sprinkling. I do appreciate that. Okay, y'all, we're almost done with this. I don't want to get too nitpicky this morning because we don't have enough time for all that. I'll have to go back and make any little touches later. Okay, I'm going to stop with that because I still might add some brown wax to that. Okay, we're at 10:13. Hello, Kim, and thank you for sprinkling. I'm going to do the lid the same way. Just dry brushing over. And these boxes, they are going to stack on each other, but, I still want a finished piece all the way around, even though it won't be seen. Just in case. It's Jeannie. Okay. Hello, Jeannie. Yes, y'all keep me straight, please. If I don't say your name right, let me know. Because, see, I have a Jean that spells her name just like that. So You may have to remind me a couple of times. Hello, Darlene. Thank you so much. This does look like peanut butter. It reminds me of peanut butter too. See, all my crafts have to be centered around some kind of food or coffee. All right, let me go around these edges. And also, they have I think they have smaller nesting boxes at the Dollar Tree. Or is it Dollar General? Now I'm not sure. Okay, y'all, I'm going to stop with that. Hello, Carol Ann. Hello, MJ Corp and Ada and anybody I missed. All right, now this nesting box I've already painted. Y'all, I started panicking because I was going to use my, where is it? Here it is. I was going to use my caviar, and when I opened it, it was at the very bottom. And I already painted another piece with it too. So I'm thinking, oh no, I don't think I'm going to have enough for my project. So I was looking in my paint stash to see if I had another black, but I didn't. But I had this Fusion cast iron color. Fusion is a very good paint. It has a built-in sealer. It's a little more pricier, but it's worth it. And y'all, one coat gave me that much coverage, but we're still going to go over. I just did one coat of that, and I went ahead and put, here's the sweet cream label that I did. But I'm still going to put, hello, Cynthia, a second coat of our caviar, and we're going to sprinkle in some cinnamon in that. So I kind of had to pivot a little bit because that would be terrible to run out of paint on a project, especially in an event. Hello, Florence. Welcome in. Hello, Pam. Pam, send me a message. And y'all, I don't know what has happened with my messenger. Facebook is not notifying me when I get a new message, especially on my business page. So I don't really know what's going on with that. So if I take a little while to respond, that is why. I try to keep going on there and checking to make sure, you know, I'm not getting messages. But I also, when I do respond, I just have to respond in the order that they come in. But yes, to order your milk paint, just send me a message, and I can, you know, definitely help you out with that. What are you laughing at, him? Good morning, Elizabeth. Hello, Lorraine. How are you this morning? Hello, Norma. Welcome. Thank you for being here this morning. And y'all, I'm just sprinkling cinnamon in that wet paint. If it'll come out. Okay, there we go. And sprinkle that in. And I'm working in sections because this paint does dry fast. Good morning, Doris from the mountains of NC. Check my phone settings. I will have to check it because it just started doing that probably about 2 weeks ago. And I just don't know why it does that. And you could, if you message me and you comment on something that I post, you could just tell me in the comments, like, I messaged you. Check your messages. So how is everybody getting excited about the weekend and Valentine's Day? Do y'all have big plans for Valentine's? I think we're just going to grill here at home. Maybe grill some steaks. Nothing too fancy. As long as he gets me chocolate, I'm a happy camper. A lot of it. A lot of chocolate. And then we always get the kids a little something. And ever since the kids were, which Allie's still little, but my older three, ever since they were little, on Valentine's, we would do a scavenger hunt. Like I would do clues that they would go around the house and find the clues, and then it would lead them to the next clue. And the last clue would lead them to their Valentine's treasure. So they still want to play that, even though they are grown pretty much. They still want to play that little scavenger hunt game. So, of course, we still do it. Hey, Cheryl. No plans. My mother-in-law is coming to visit for a few days. That will be nice. I love Russell Stover, too. Elizabeth, that's my favorite. I'm addicted to Kim. Hey, Devonna. I didn't see you either. Hello, Denise. I gotta have that. My son's birthday on Valentine's Day, and I have nephew's birthday party. Well, y'all will be busy, Vicky. Hello, Sandra. Yeah, that is. And they've always loved it and looked forward to it. And one year I just kind of thought, you know, they were getting big and didn't really care to do it anymore. So I weren't going to do it. And they were like, well, what about the scavenger hunt? Oh, yes, Sue. I love those too. Good morning, everybody on YouTube. Welcome in. So glad y'all are here with me today. Okay, so I'm pretty much drying this paint, drying that cinnamon into that paint. And then, oh, I still got to do the lid. We're going to take a brush. You can do it with your fingers too. And sometimes I do, just all depending. Let me just take this brush and go over your cinnamon a little bit. Just kind of brush it in there like that. And now, after I'm finished, I will take these, or this one especially, like with that dried cinnamon on there, and I will spray that with a clear sealer. I usually use the Rust-Oleum's clear matte sealer. Oh, thank you, Ruby. Yes, I am so tickled that y'all are all here this morning with me. And I hope that y'all will stick around. And if you're not watching and Crafting with the Hot Mess Express, that is where our event is being held today all day. The presenters will come on one after the other every 45 minutes. So if you watch in the group, all you have to do is refresh your page after each presenter. Just pull down on your screen and let it refresh. And then the next presenter will be right after. So you can just have a day watching crafts and getting inspired. Okay, so that's the look we have so far. And I am going to darken my labels just a little bit more. But we'll see what, you know, what all we have time for. Because, how much time do I have? 20 minutes? Yes, I think so. Okay, let me do this lid real quick. I want to get the most done as possible. Hello, Amy. Good morning. Lint strawberry cheesecake truffles. Yes, I got some of those, Teresa. Was that last week? I think so. And I didn't share too many of them. I hid them. And that bag didn't last long. When I reached in and I was grabbing out that last chocolate, I was thinking, oh my goodness, I have about ate this whole bag of chocolates. And then I just hid the evidence. Oh goodness. Yes, those truffles like that, I love those. Not sharing either. I know, they're too good. And they just don't last long enough. Especially if you have to share. Oh, you just got a dozen red roses, Rebecca. How sweet. My son's cute. He has him a little girlfriend. He just turned 15, but he was trying to ask his sisters, like, what should I get her for Valentine's Day? So my second oldest, Lacey, she's going to take him to town today when he gets out of school, so he can pick, so she can help him pick his girlfriend out some Valentine stuff. You want a maid? Hey, yes. If I had to choose between that, I would definitely pick a maid. That would be wonderful. Yeah, I thought that was sweet. I was like, buddy, I think she'll love anything that you get her. Let's get her some candy. Maybe some flowers. Thank you. Thank you, Elizabeth. If I had chocolates, I wouldn't share it all. Nope. That's when I'm stingy with my chocolates. Oh, Denise, I'm going to have to scroll back. Your comment, I started reading it and it went, phew. Let me dry this and we'll do the same thing to our lid. And then, hey, Lindsay, how are you, friend? I stayed up later last night, Lindsay, so I could finish watching your live. After you signed off, I signed off too and went and got in the bed. Yes, you can have a maid, but I get to pick her out. Hey, Kim. That's funny. Hey, Jackie. Hello, Ugly Duckling Furnishings. And I can't remember your name. I'm so sorry. Good morning, Angie. How are you this morning? Y'all got a tickle on my nose. Woo. All right, so again, just taking that brush and lightly brush over that cinnamon. And remember, we're going to spray that with our sealer. So that's going to help, you know, help that much stay on there. Oh, I missed some right there. I'll have to touch it up later, y'all, because my time is ticking. All right, so let's put our cute little lid on. Okay, so there's that one. And again, I'm going to darken up and see, like I can see I need more cinnamon on this side, or maybe brush in some more of that. But like I said, I will touch up and get it how I want it. So this is what we have so far. And my lid ain't on there straight. Okay, now for my bottom piece, let me show y'all what I found in my stash. Thank you, Deborah. So I found this cheese box, and I've already painted it and put my label on, but we're going to brush over some antique wax in the Waverly chalk paint. Hello, Lori. Oh, thank you, Cynthia. Thank y'all. Thank you, Tanya. All right, so let's get, and this label is our sugar label. Country Mill sugar ever since 1920. Okay, let me find me a bigger brush if I can. Oh yeah, here it is. And we're just gonna brush, let me shake. Shake, shake, shake. Me too, Misty. I do too, I love them. And I did find some nesting boxes, like a set of nesting boxes on Amazon. And I think you got 4 for like $20, which I didn't think was bad. Y'all, let's see. Okay, I was having a fit with this lid earlier, like coming off. Oh, and I painted this with caviar, with Dixie Belle caviar. Because see, it was this color that you see inside. That's the color that it was. And it did have some writing on the lid. But this was a cheese box that I got from Goodwill. I couldn't believe it was at Goodwill. Just brush that wax in. I found a set of nesting boxes at Goodwill for $4. Yes. Now, I love when I can find them at Goodwill, I grab them. Because that's definitely your best bet as far as price. And you could also, like if you had those cookie tins left over from Christmas, you know, you could make a set with something like that. Yes. Yeah, our Goodwill usually does have good prices. Hello, Stacy. Are you still in trouble, Stacy? I see you're on your personal page. She's been in FB jail. I think it was Ronnie. I was picking with her because she's always in FB jail too. And I was commenting to her, I called her a JAIL bird, and Facebook would not let me comment that. So I thought, wow, I better be careful. I'll be there with her. We used to have a place here called Gordman's. It was the best place to find boxes. I still have several. Yes. Yes, Sarah. It is. It is, Stacy. Oh, I know. It's a mess. They tell us to engage and comment, and then they put us in the slammer for doing that. Hello, Lori. Thank you for sprinkling and welcome in. How do I prep a metal tin? Mod Podge or sand it? I would, if you Mod Podge it, Kim, you're probably going to get crackle in your paint when you paint over it. But if you're okay with that, you know, you could do that. A lot of times I will just spray paint my metal tins to prep, just to get that base coat over them and to help my paint adhere. Just spray paint it with a matte paint. And a lot of times that's, you know, how I prep mine. But I use the chalk paint mostly on my tins. So I know I hear a lot of good things about that bonding boss. I've not used it, but I've heard good things about it too. Okay, we got 10 minutes. What is the wax purpose? Yes, it's sealing it, but also I mainly want it for how it's making it look. But that's good because we are sealing in our paint too. Can you see the difference in how it's looking where we've applied that wax versus not? If you see me looking up, y'all, I'm looking at my YouTube camera. Bonding Boss by Dixie Belle. Yes, I've heard really good things about that. Oh, y'all, and up after me, I forgot my paper, is Sandra. Let's see if I can remember her name. Kingdom Acres, Homemaking, and Homestead. Is that right? Help me, ladies. But that is who is up after me. Is Sandra. And we are so happy to have her, as well as all the ladies that's presented with us yesterday and all who will be presenting today. So again, if you missed it, we are on day 2 of our Crafting with the Hot Mess Express event. This is our New Year, New Friends event. And yesterday was an awesome day full of crafts and inspiration, and we're looking forward to day 2. I'm just rubbing that in. You can also take a paper towel and wipe off the excess, like if it's a little too much for you and you want to wipe some off. But I usually just rub it in with my paintbrush really good. Hello, Ronnie. Did you hear me talking about you? Okay. I'm going to put this to the side. Now let me fight with this lid again. You have to put it a certain way. And I think it's this back piece that does it. Let me put the back on first. Hold on, let me fix that label. Where's my sandpaper? There it is. Good morning, Lynn. I'm so excited and nervous. Oh, you didn't hear me? We were talking about how FB is always putting us in the slammer. And I don't know why, but you were brought up in that conversation. And I was saying how I went on your live the other day and I was going to call you a JAIL bird, and Facebook wouldn't let me comment that. I guess it thought I was being mean to you. Okay, is it on there? I think so. Wait a second. Where is my... Here, let me just take this. Get off my thing. You do have to be careful until your wax dries because, you know, handling your piece, because you will get fingerprints in that. Okay, y'all, we got 5 minutes. Okay, so let me straighten this. I know I'm missing comments, y'all, because I'm trying to finish, but I will go back and check them. And I do appreciate you all being here with me this morning. Okay, so this is what we have. I know I'm going to have to touch up here and there with, you know, like the cinnamon, and I want to darken my labels some. Probably to darken my labels, I'm going to take my Bare Antique wax, and now this wax is very dark. Hey, Esmeralda. So what I do to keep it from being so too dark, especially on a label, I will mix clear wax. I'll get some clear wax on my brush, or you could even brush over your label with your clear wax first and then go over it with your dark wax. And that will help it, you know, keep it from getting so dark. But I did want to, we have a few minutes. Just let me, we'll add some greenery if we can. I was thinking since this, we had so much space around here, we could probably stick some greenery like around it like this. Thank y'all. Thank y'all so much. What about using gesso on your tin cans? Did y'all hear my shoulder pop? Let's see. Hold on. I've never heard of that, Beverly. Hey, Mom. How is Mama Mia? Okay, I'm going to just show y'all the front, because that's all we'll see for right now. Do y'all like the greenery like that? You love that green. Now, this greenery is from Factory Direct Craft. I was just bragging on myself about that trash can, and I did it again. I was also wondering, what do y'all think about having a little, I've just got this little grapevine mini wreath and this little candle holder, and I have a primitive candle. Let me just brush some of this leftover wax over this just to freshen it up. And it does have, like, the bottom screws off. And you can put a battery in here. I don't know if it still works. I think I thrifted this candle. What time we got? Okay, I got 2 minutes. What do y'all think about the candle on top? And then we could, like, lay some pieces of greenery in here. Thank y'all so much. And I will go back to these comments. Again, Sandra from Kingdom Acres. Oh, goodness. What was it? Kingdom Acres Home Homemaking and homestead is after me, but you can watch in the group Crafting with the Hot Mess Express and just refresh your page, and she will be up next. Maybe I should have put the greenery on top. But anyway, y'all get it. Y'all get it. Okay. I think this is done, except for I'm going to touch it up, kind of play with the greenery because it might be a little too thick through here. And I may even add some little sprigs of this kind throughout it and like cut away some of these pieces and add some of this. But thank y'all so much for being here with me this morning, and thank y'all for joining us for our event. And I will get this finished up and posted for y'all on my page later, and I'll also post the printables for y'all to use in your crafts. But I love you all so much, and I will be back next week live on Tuesday at 10 Eastern, and I will also see y'all in the comments throughout the event. Love you all and have a blessed weekend and enjoy your Valentine's Day with your sweetie pies. All right. Love you all. I'll see you later. Bye, friends. Bye, YouTube. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a blessed weekend. I'll see you soon.